I'm in the kitchen today. I've got just the most wonderful meal planned. With, I hear you.
I talked to Bobby just before I talked to you, and I was gonna get my feelings hurt.
Why?
They're not hurt anymore though, pork chop. Because I'm
Listen.
the firstborn. How come I wasn't the first?
I am in here today with my favorite son.
Hey y'all.
You're my favorite
I'm gonna have to
son.
watch the film. What'd you say when Bobby was here?
I didn't say that, but I will tell y'all
Sorry,
this.
Bobby.
The one that I'm with is my favorite.
I know how
And
I
when
know
I'm
what you mean.
when I'm with both of y'all are my favorite.
Thanks for having me,
I
Mom.
love your head off.
Love you too.
I love you so much.
Come on now.
And you know, I got lipstick all over you. And you know, I don't care how old they get. They will always be your babies, won't they?
Seriously.
Always. Oh, quit fussing. All right, Jamie's favorite meal in the whole world. If you ask Jamie what he wants for dessert, what do you ask for, Jamie?
I'd like fried pork chop, please.
For dessert. So that's what I'm fixing for him today. And it's just me and Jamie. So does Brooke make them better than Mama?
No way, Mama.
Now, I know.
Brooke
I can
doesn't-
take the
Brooke-
truth.
No, Brooke doesn't make fried pork chops.
I was going to say you've never fried anything in your house.
Not one time. Brooke bakes them, and I
Bakes
love
'em?
them. Yeah, but listen, when Brooke makes pork chops for dinner, I eat the pork chop, and then for dessert, the pork chop sandwich. Seriously, I eat the pork chops, then I make a sandwich.
He loves a biscuit, a hot cat head biscuit with a
Swallowing
pork
hard.
chop in town.
Or cane syrup
In
over
town. Where did that come from? In the center of the biscuit.
Or
All
cane
right.
syrup on a hot. I'll just eat a hot biscuit.
All right, sometimes, son, pork chops can be a little chewy depending on what quality they are. These look great, but I'm still going to just beat them a little bit.
I'll tell you what the challenge with pork chop is, because they're so lean, they have a tendency to dry out. So
Yeah.
frying
Yeah,
them it's an easier way to fry them than it is to bake them. That's why if you bake pork chops, it's best to put them in some kind of brine to help
Yeah.
keep the moisture in them.
I think
they'll
so,
dry
too.
out to nothing. But I would
think
never
so, too.
complain about a pork chop, dry or otherwise.
There is a recipe in our first cookbook, farmer's pork chops. Oh my goodness, son, and that's cooked in the oven. So ask Brooke to cook those for you one time.
I'll tell you one thing Brooke makes better than you, and that's meatloaf. Brooke Deen makes the best meatloaf I've ever eaten in my life.
She does.
She does. And you know the best thing about me telling you that is that I'm going to get meatloaf soon. Because every time I tell you somebody does something better
can
than
make
you,
it better.
I know. It's time and time again. I love it when you take the challenge.
I will. I'll take that challenge.
Meatloaf tomorrow.
Well, what did she do to it that I don't do?
I don't know. She puts that love in there.
Well, I put love in mine too.
It's a different love, Mama.
Oh. Sorry, I don't put that kind in it. All right, so I'm making Jamie's favorite meal. Fried pork chops, mashed potatoes, or cream potatoes.
Cream potatoes.
Cream potatoes.
With milk and sour
fresh
cream.
butter beans.
And butter beans.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
do it. What you gonna do for the bread? No
I've
bread today?
seasoned. Well, you know, I can always throw some biscuits together if you want.
got white
biscuits.
bread?
I know. Yeah.
I'm good.
I got some white bread. So, I got my pork chop seasoned. I've got my flour here for them.
What'd you season them with?
Salt, pepper, and garlic, y'all. Garlic powder. All right, back here, if you'll come to the stove with me, I want to show you what the grocery store has available now, and I just love it. They're taking like ham hocks, y'all, and slicing them. And they're just beautiful. And they're so meaty. And this is what I've started cooking all of my vegetables in. So we're ready to go ahead and start cooking our butter beans.
It's hard to find a fresh butter bean. You know, there used to be a lot more fresh peas and beans out than there are
We
now.
had the hardest time finding these. The smell is so fresh. Mm-hmm. You remember that smell when we shelled butter beans? Uh-huh.
I do. God, I remember sitting on the porch
Oh, my gosh.
for hours.
Yes, that smells wonderful.
Randy and Sherry usually have some fresh beans.
Sometimes they do at Davis Produce or Polk's. But like I said, we're getting later in the season now, so everything's about gone. All right, it just so happens that I have just a little tad of bacon grease back here in my...
Surprise! Just so
Well,
happens
look, I
you have
don't
a
have
little...
much. I've been cooking.
Because you've used it all.
And I'm going to put just a little bacon grease in there.
Which means empty the container out.
Yes.
So a little bit is whatever happens to be left.
It's probably a tablespoon, but it's enough to give it.
A tablespoon?
Yeah, but it's probably enough to, give it some flavor. So there the butter beans go.
How long will those cook?
Probably about 45 minutes to an hour. All right, and back here I've got his potatoes. I've kind of par-peeled them a little bit, just enough. I like leaving the skin on, so Jamie knows that his mama's cooking him real mashed potatoes. So.
You know what potatoes really super good? Roasted fingerling potatoes.
Oh, yes, those are delicious.
Them.
And I love smashed potatoes, and I love you. So, I got lipstick on the end of his nose, y'all. We're going to take a break because I got to wipe the lipstick off of him, and we'll be right back to get on with my son's favorite meal. But my favorite son.
Sorry, Bobby.
I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. Hey, y'all, welcome back. If you just tuned in, I'm in here in the kitchen today cooking for my favorite son, Jamie. He loves Mama's pork chops and his mashed potatoes and his butter beans, so that's what I'm cooking for him today.
Good country meal.
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead, Jamie, and I've got my butter beans on back here with the sliced ham hock. I've got my new potatoes back here cooking. I just cooked them whole, y'all, left some of the peeling on. Now I'm gonna put some peanut oil in my pot and turn this on and let it start getting hot, son.
Your cookware looks so pretty back there, all your different colors.
Look at all the colors, isn't that pretty? All right, here's a little something that I do with my fried pork chops, Jamie. And this is buttermilk, and I'm gonna just sprinkle them with just a wee little bit to just kind of moisten them up so that that flour will stick to them. So just kind of like that. Just like that. And I'll flip them over and do the same thing on the other side. All right, now I'm just using self-rising flour, y'all, to flour my chops with.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these are rib chops, and some of them are tenderloin. You see, it's got the real tender side to it.
I remember when Mommy used to say that, I'll trade you my meat for your bone.
Uh-huh.
And then we'd rip that pocket out, and then you eat all around that bone. And I grew out of that mistake when I was probably 12 or 13.
Sucker! Bubba and I, when Mama and Daddy was snatching us up, Bubba and Mama always cooked a sirloin steak, for the family. And I always had that beautiful bone in it, and Bubba and I would fight for that bone, and I'd wind up making him cry. Because there was an advantage to being 7 years older. All right, so I'm gonna start putting our pork chops into our hot peanut oil.
Oh, yeah.
Don't those look good?
So good.
And I love this big old pan. It's like oversized.
Yeah, that's awesome.
When y'all were teenagers, I just dreaded having to cook pork chops because y'all ate so many.
You got to do them in shifts.
I'd have to do them in shifts. Oh, look, our potatoes are just rolling. I'm going to cut those down a little bit back there. And let's check on our butter beans, y'all.
Check on those butter beans, Mama.
Yeah, look at that ham in there, y'all. Yum-y. Well, listen, I'm going to get this stuff cleaned up. And when we come back, I'm gonna mash our taters, and I'm gonna try to stick my big toe in it so it'll be just better than ever for my favorite son today. I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all. I want to show y'all a little something that I do. I just take my kitchen scissors, if it's puffed up like that, y'all, and I'll just nip them so they'll lay down. Just like that. Just give them a couple little nips. And that'll cause them to lay down. All right, y'all, I just took my kitchen shears, and you know how sometimes the chops will puff up and they won't get brown after you turn them?
Like the bologna when we used to fry it.
Yes, like bologna. And you'd have to nip your bologna. Well, that's what I just did
Fried
to the pork
bologna,
chop.
that's going back.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in public school, one of the lunches was fried bologna cup in South Georgia.
With mashed potatoes and cheese.
You get a bologna bowl. This was served by the school board.
I know.
A plop of mashed potatoes with cheese melted on top, and that was lunch.
Yep.
And I loved it.
I know. It was so
I
good.
loved it.
I know you
loved it.
loved it.
Oh, and you know what? I went to Alabama and had a fried bologna sandwich. That's one of the best things I've ever eaten. She did thick sliced bologna and fried it on wheat toast with lettuce and tomato. Oh, good gracious.
Michael loves them too, son. A fried bologna sandwich with Vidalia onion.
Thick bologna. It was so good.
Our potatoes are done, son. So I'm gonna.
What can I do?
Drain these. Nothing.
Sit here and wait to be served.
Sit there and look pretty, and just let me enjoy looking at you.
It smells like I'm a kid again with those pork chops cooking,
Mom.
I
know. And I just love fixing them for you.
And you creaming potatoes in the pot that you cooked them in, and I mean it's like.
Yes. All right, now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use a little half and half. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in. Quite often I'll heat it. Throw that in the microwave. But what I'm gonna do this time is...
Perfect.
Perfect. I'm just gonna sit it back on the eye real quick and heat that half and half up so it won't get our potatoes cold.
How's my pork chops?
Oh, they're looking fabulous.
I'm not kidding, I'm hungry. I may set a new record today.
If you'll swap my meat for your bone.
No.
Okay.
That train
All
left.
Right. Just that quickly now. I got the half and half hot. I'm gonna put some sour cream in it. And look, I'm using your spoon. I went on a show, I can't remember the name of the show, but that's you. That looks like you, doesn't it? So some sour cream, some salt and pepper. And y'all will notice that I don't too much trick anything up. I think less is more. You know, just a pork chop should be. I just don't want all those old herbs and things in it. I mean, herbs are good. I don't want to say it that way, but I think some things just need to be what they are.
You're a traditional Southern cook.
Yes. You know, I don't want a bunch of
different
new
flavors are good too, but this is like...
Well, yes, but not for your...
Not in my pork chops.
No.
Or potatoes.
No. Yum-y.
I think anything drained on a paper bag makes it taste better.
Look at that pork chop.
I got a place for you to set them right here, Mama.
You want me to make you some gravy, son?
You might as well. It's halfway there.
I know it. That gravy would just be so good on that white bread. All right, there are your pork chops, my darling. All right, and I'm going to cut that down real low because I'm going to tend to your potatoes. There we go.
Let me taste.
Aren't they delicious?
They're so good.
And this is the way we do it at the restaurant, too. We don't put any butter in it while we're beating them because I don't want it to mess with the consistency. So now I'm going to make you some gravy real quick like.
All right.
And I'm just going to pour most of my grease back into the deep fryer. And look at all those good crummies in there, son.
Little flavor packs.
Yes. Just busting with flavor. y'all, I'm gonna take a quick break, get Jamie to slice us some tomatoes and onions for this wonderful meal. And when we get back, I'll have it all on a plate for you, and I'm gonna try to send the taste of it by osmosis. Is that a word?
It's a big word for you.
It is a big word for me. I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. I finally got it together. I think Jamie's only complaint is Mama's not fast enough. But look at here, y'all. Look at here. Look over there in those pots. Ooh, do you smell that ham hock, son?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh.
Hate to rush you, but...
Great time of day. Look at that.
Oh, yes.
And you know what? I love taking these left over.
Mm-hmm.
And got to make sure I get you some butter.
It's been leftovers. It has been a long time since you've had Bobby and I living in your house.
I know.
We don't do leftovers in my house. I got two boys.
Where's your gravy?
I don't care for any gravy, Mom. I told you.
I thought you wanted it on your mashed
potatoes.
potatoes.
No, ma'am. I want butter beans on my potatoes, please.
Okay. Do you want ham?
I don't care. Just get to the goods.
I don't want to choke you to death with that little bone.
Just, you can do whatever, anything you want.
Okay, show me your pork chop you want.
Just
do you want a tenderloin, or do you want...
I'll take one of each, thank you.
Okay. Well, why don't we start with that one right there for you?
Let's see,
and get you some onions and some tomatoes.
Onion on top of that.
And
tomato. Look at that beautiful plate
give you
right
a little
there.
White bread.
Oh, this is perfect. You want some chopped onion?
Yes, you know it. For my butter beans. And I'm like you. I kind of like my butter beans. This is the way I'm going to do mine. I'm going to do butter beans on half, and then I'm going to do gravy on half.
Yeah, I think I might do an open-faced pork chop sandwich with gravy.
Yeah. I just love it. Y'all, when I get to spend quality time with my boys,
we're so busy, I don't ever get to see you.
I know it, and it seems like if it's the three of us, like I said, I just love my one-on-one time with all of my children, and this is just great. Isn't that tomato beautiful? Mm-hmm. And is this my chopped onion?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. All right, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I got him.
See, I think I'm...
Oh, yeah, I knew you wanted some.
A little bit right there.
Yes. Bon appetit, son.
I love you, Mama.
I love you,
I'm proud of you.
And I'm proud of you.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so blessed.
Look, we got, oh, golly Moses.
I just bit in that little bit of fat right there.
Mm-hmm. Ain't good, ain't it?
It's nothing like pig fat, I'm telling you.
That's my number one meal.
You know.
Fried pork chop. I don't want to fry pork chops in my house because this is the flavor that I only get from my mama. Mm-hmm. In 100 years, when you go to heaven, I'm going to cry thinking about the flavor of that pork chop.
Oh, son. And there's nothing that a mother loves more than feeding her children something that it's like nobody else can give them except you.
This is awesome.
That gift of that wonderful food.
Gosh, I'm trying to swallow everything at once.
That pork chop, see, beating that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Just kind of tenderized it on up. Oh my gosh, I wish you were here to taste this and enjoy it with us. And hopefully, maybe one day, we'll all show up at the restaurant at the same time. Maybe one of the restaurants. So thank you, son, for
Thank you, Mama.
spending a little time with me one-on-one
Thankful
this
for
morning.
you and this food.
Well, Jamie and I both, my whole family, we always send you love and best dishes, y'all. Until next time.
This is delicious, Mom.
I know.
That's so good.
This is my favorite meat.
Not here.
I like it more than even fried chicken, I think. And those butter beans mixed in with the mashed potatoes.
That's the best.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.